I'm Nate French. I was brought to Wake Forest this time by the Magnolia Scholars program. This is my third time here, undergrad, then working in admissions and multicultural affairs, and now back to direct the Magnolia Scholars program. And that program supports first-generation students from the first time they walk on campus through graduation. There are probably about 100 to 115 first-generation students every year. The Magnolia Scholars program pulls about 30 students out of that population. And we put them first in a pre-orientation program. This is very important just to get a feel for Wake Forest. Those students also take a first-year experience class together. I meet with them independently just to give them some structured advice on how to navigate Wake Forest twice in the fall semester, then twice in the spring semester. In the spring semester, we also plan a study away or a study abroad trip over their spring break. We'll meet again about 2 times per semester during the first semester of their sophomore year, and then as needed about once a semester going forward through to graduation. The second semester of their senior year will also have a class in financial literacy. One of our donors wants to make sure that the Mag Scholars always leave knowing just the basics of how to manage their finances. I think to build community at Wake Forest, you really have to stretch yourself. The first thing that's going to be important, I encourage students to look at a pre-orientation program because that's something that you decide based on your interest. You might be interested in diversity, so you choose Build. Maybe you're interested in environmental programs, so you choose Spark. But everybody that you meet there is in that program based on your interests. You might find a wonderful connection with your roommate, or you might not. It's okay. You might find great connections with your hallmates, or you might not. That's okay too. You find students based on your organizational interest. If you're interested in the sustainability club, if you want to join the equestrian team, if you want to join the boxing club, Wake even has a fishing team. It's a little odd, I know, but we do. And you can find that and find students that have your own interest. That's a good way to build connection. And don't forget about things like student government. Don't forget about student union, those things that make decisions at Wake Forest. We often say that Wake Forest is student run. What that means is if you do it, it happens. If you don't do it, it falls apart. So if you like working with student newspaper, join that. If you want to work with yearbook, join the Howler team. That's how you make friends at Wake Forest. You get involved, you get engaged. Everybody's a student, everybody does class. You'll do those things, but you want to do the things outside of class that make Wake Forest work for you. I think for the first generation students, the biggest thing to get used to at Wake Forest is there's a huge diversity of students. You have the students that are international. You have the students that come from the Californias, the Connecticuts, the North Carolinas, the students that will be different from you. And the biggest thing to get used to is knowing that you shouldn't feel like some type of imposter. You got into Wake Forest because you deserved it. Our admissions people are some of the best talent scouts that we have. They don't make a mistake. So if you got into Wake Forest, it's because you deserve to be here. It might be a little rocky when you start off. It is for most students. About half of our students realize when they get to Wake that they don't know how to study. It's because they didn't have to study in high school. They just sat in the class, they read the books, and things were okay. Sometimes our first generation students think that that means they shouldn't be here. That's not the case. It just means you're normal. You got to get involved, get engaged. Classes, you've done exceptional classwork for the last 12 years. You'll do that again. Just make sure you can get involved with Wake Forest and get to know the campus. And make sure you get to know yourself a little bit. It's going to be the first time you're away from mom and dad, so they're not going to decide what time you get up in the morning. They're not going to decide what time you go to eat or if you eat. That's all up to you. Usually when you transition to college, the difficult side is just knowing that you deserve to be here. That's what happens with every student. Everybody does the disservice of asking you, what are you going to major in? What are you going to do with life? Here's the secret. You don't know. You don't know, your parents don't know, and that's okay. You'll decide once you get here what you like. If you like chemistry, actually if you love chemistry, you might go to medical school. If you hate chemistry, don't go to medical school. You're going to find those things that you like, and something's going to bite you. For me, I came to Wake intent on going to law school. I ended up joining the Wake Forest debate team, and the coach said, if you join the team and go to 2 debates, you get an automatic A. And I thought, this was a no-brainer. I'll join the debate team. I joined the debate team and didn't realize that the team was one of the best in the country. So I joined and went 0 for 8. Actually, I ended up liking debate, and I stayed with it. But those are the kind of ways that you'll learn things. You'll talk to people like myself. You'll talk to your faculty members. You'll talk to your classmates and other people to see what your niche is going to be. But while you're at Wake Forest, your niche will be yours. It'll be different for you, and it'll be different for your classmate. Y'all might actually be trying to do the same thing. Maybe you'll both be trying to go to law school, but the way that you get there is your way. So you'll find comfort in that, in being yourself and finding out exactly who that is. If you do have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on the web at scholars.wfu.edu. If you need to, you can reach out to my personal email at frenchtn@wfu.edu. I'm one of those people that is really committed to Wake Forest. I teach here in the Department of Communication Studies. I'm also committed to send my children here, who, if everything works right, will be in the class of 23, 27, and 31 respectively. But we'll still see about that. Here's looking forward to seeing you at Wake Forest, and thanks.